Hello and welcome to the All Night Diner. If you are here, please say hi because that's how I know you're here. I do see that Betsy Brown from Massapequa Elementary School is here, although she's not in elementary school anymore, I'm sure, because neither am I. So I'm really excited to welcome you into the diner and share with you this project that I have spent the greater part of the year working on. But before we start with that, I'm just going to play a new song for you, and then we'll go right into the album. We'll hear the tracks as they are. And the song is called Northern Lights. I would have liked for it to have been on the album, but it just, we already had the 12, and that's how it worked. But maybe for the next one. On a night so clear and warm, I feel the stars, I feel the storm. I feel like I've been here before. Full moon looking down on me, like she got something to say. Hey Beth, and you mentioned that line, it would be a good line for a song, and that line's in the song, this new song. It's the magic of the middle of the night. Fireflies are the only light. Crickets keep rhythm, the river laps the shore. Something tells me that I have been here before. Northern lights ignite emerald green. Northern lights invite magnetic dreams. Nobody's here, but I'm not alone in this universal time zone. Secrets heard without words. The full moon looking down on me. She's still got something to say. I feel the air on my skin. The past and future are stirring within. Nothing's real, nothing's pretend. It all comes down to love. It all comes down to love. It all comes down to love at the very end. Northern lights ignite emerald green. Northern lights invite magnetic dreams. Full moon looking down on me. Full moon looking down on me. The full moon looking down on me. And she got something to say. Hello everybody. I realized I could not hear myself because I didn't have the monitor up in my phones. So, okay, let me say hello. Amanda, welcome to the diner. Your booth is ready for you. Steve Nunes, I've got a booth for two for you. Kelly Wallen, all the way from Houston, Texas. Your booth is ready. Thank you, Beth, for the nice piano. Cindy Klein, the inevitable one. Your booth is ready. So I'm glad to have you all here at the diner. So, before we're going to start, So here's kind of how I had this misunderstanding with the guy at the frame shop who was framing the artwork for the album. And I was talking about concept albums. And he, in this misunderstanding, gave me this great idea. Like each song is like a booth in the diner. Like each song is a different relationship happening. And so it's like I could see this video with these songs like in this diner, and you get to like I'm in a diner, I'm always listening to other people. My husband, hi Tony, I see you're there in Solvang, always yelling at me because he thinks I'm not listening to him, but I'm actually listening to him and the people in the restaurant, because as a school teacher for 30 years, that's an occupational hazard. I hear things everywhere. So these would be snippets of people's lives in the diner. So, hi, Sue from Ontario. Yes, I have a booth ready for you as well, and there'll be soup so warm. Thank you for joining, everybody. And if you just joined, and Sue, like that song Northern Lights, like comes from like 30 years ago when I lived on Lake Ontario in Oswego, seeing the Northern Lights. Hey, Laura King, thank you for coming, and I have a booth ready for you too. So you're in the Canada side, but we used to look north and I would see the Northern Lights. So, hey, Bonnie and Brad, hello from Genoa City. We have a booth for you too. All right, this diner's full. I love this. Okay, so we're gonna start. So this first song is, I'm gonna show you a video. We're gonna see 3 videos today, and then we'll hear the rest of the songs. So I wanna, it's called That Ain't Love, and I just thought it was really a fun song, and I thought this would be the right way to start the album. So, and I'll chat a little bit about it afterwards. So, Kelly, if you would hit That Ain't Love.
You fill me up with hope, then you walk out the door. Makes me wonder why I want more. Sunsets, it gets so dark, and when push comes to shove, you tell me you need me, you tell me you want me. That ain't love. That ain't love. Winter falls on a summer day, springs my dreams away. Skies of crystal blue crumble and turn gray. My heart melts when you say I'm the one you're dreaming of. You tell me you need me, you tell me you want me. That ain't love. That ain't love. When the head and heart collide, why do I always take the wrong side? My friends tell me to walk away, but I can't hear what they say. 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 What they say. What they say. certainly is not.
All right, so I just took down a whole stereotype. Not all gay boys can dance. So welcome to the diner, Ronnie and Barry, and I saw Armando and Betsy. Thank you for telling us about the Miss Albany Diner. And my nephew Evan, you're here in the diner. And I love that people are already sharing booths in the diner because that's how my diner is meant to be. So I want to tell you a little bit about that song, that story. So I was in a meeting with someone and they were telling me this story, and it had nothing to do with a love relationship. It had to do with another kind of relationship. It wasn't a romantic relationship. And as I was driving home, I heard the words to myself saying, boy, that ain't love. And then all of a sudden I heard this Motown groove going, that ain't love. You tell me you need me. You tell me you want me. That ain't love. So I got home, went running into the house, straight to the piano, and started writing that song. So I thank you for all the great comments, Steve. Thank you. Yeah, it's the I love myself. It's the I'm getting out of that codependent relationship, and I'm willing to deal with my issues of codependency. I'm just not willing to deal with them alone. So, all right. So thank you for the great comments. We're going to move forward. So this next song is a love song. Okay, this whole album, I say these are songs that inspire us to hope and love more. And I think that's what songs do. And so this next song is called Valentine, and it's a love song. And it's a lot of love songs about new love, but this is a love song about old love. And I send this out there to a certain dimpled boy in Solvang today who did a bike ride. And so we're going to listen to Valentine. Oh, and the mandolin on this, oy vey. Hit it, Kelly.
You can carry me away with a hand to hold. Chase away my dark, chase away my cold. I hope to never be ungrateful as we grow old. Between those lines, real love's mysteries unfold. Warm is the light I see in your smile. I cherish the day we walk down that aisle. I feel only beloved through the so many trials. Our wild, wild hearts survived so many miles. Be my Valentine beyond the last song. Be my Valentine forever, sing along. Ever since the day when you walked right in, you've been by my side through the losses and wins. This ain't no haunted house, but I hear violins. It's just the way it's always been. You're a lion in the summer when your dream wakes up and you come back to bed. Feels grand, drowning in our love. We'll save what we can, fly to the moon, home again. Be my Valentine beyond the last song. with a hand to hold. Chase away my dark, chase away my cold. I hope to never be ungrateful as we grow old. Between those lines, between those lines, between those lines. Real love, mysteries unfold.
All right, welcome to the diner, Kim Vaught from high school. Kim Vaught. We got a little redo of Valentine there. We'll stop in a second. It's like the jukebox at the diner. Somebody just put their quarter in and played it again. Thank you, Sue. And Evan. I love that he said I should do "Build Me a Buttercup" because it's retro Motownish. That song, "Build Me a Buttercup," totally changed my life. That, like some songs, just like rock you forever. So when I sing that song at the house concerts, I always feel like if you watch Schitt's Creek, the episode where Patrick sang the Tina Turner song to Patrick, to David, and Moira's there watching, and I always feel like that when Tony's there and I sing that song. So a couple of things about that song. That was the only song that was not recorded here in Los Angeles. That song was recorded, I worked with somebody in long distance through Cyber World in Florida, and who somebody connected me with, and that was helped get this whole ball rolling. So first of all, the amazing Natalia Zuckerman sings background on that song, and it's just like, I just said I want something floaty, and boy, Natalia Zuckerman. If you don't know her music, look up Natalia Zuckerman, Zukerman. Oh, I'm a fan. I can't wait for her to play at our house concerts. So Kim from high school, I still remember that summer where we spent a lot of time and driving around. Oh, good. Evan, I want to see video of that lip syncing contest to Build Me Up Buttercup. You see, we are related. He's my nephew, and we have the Build Me Up Buttercup DNA gene. We both have that. Also, one more thing about that song. So I've mentioned house concerts a couple of times. We do about 4 or 5 a year, bring in artists that we're big fans of. And so I always write a song as homage to the guest, and I take their song titles and I turn them into a lyric. And Bobby Joe Valentine has played our house concerts numerous times, and that song was chock full of Bobby Joe Valentine song titles. So yeah, I put that song second on the album because the first song, That Ain't Love, so much fun, and then it's like, okay, someone said slow dance, and yeah. And if anybody has a diner that was your favorite diner, I'll talk a little bit more about diners later, but you can put that in the chat. So, because there was magic in that all-night diner. And this is a mug you could get if you want one. Hey, Bobby Joe, I hope you heard what I just said about you. Bobby Joe just stopped into the diner, and I hope he heard the song, and I hope he got to hear all the things I just said about him. What an amazing voice, singer, songwriter, talent, inspiration. If you have not seen Bobby Joe Valentine, you must, everybody. We'll move on to the third song. Okay, so this song, I can tell you where and when I was when I wrote it. It's called Georgia Blue, and I wrote this 2020 election night, and I know we were all, hey Greg, hey cuz. Election night, we were all like, biting our nails, and people are calling me and texting me and like freaking out, and I kept saying, it's gonna be okay, because I just feel like I have inside source that we're gonna win. And I know we're going to win Georgia. So, Kim, you worked at a lot of diners on Long Island. Hey, Jillian, I'm glad we have a booth for you. It doesn't matter what time you come to the diner, there's always a booth for you. So we're going to move on to the third song, and I just made this video. It's a it's the one political song on the album, and it's an optimistic uplift. And you'll know I literally finished this video like an hour before we started because you're going to see this outfit. It's called Georgia Blue, and I feel like it was true in 2020, and I know it's going to be true in 2024. So Kelly, if you could hit the video of Georgia Blue.
Everybody said that you were untrue. I never doubted you would come through. Everybody said not to count on you, but they don't know you the way that I do. Georgia Blue, my sweet Georgia Blue, in the middle of the night the sun shines on you. Georgia Blue, my sweet Georgia Blue. I never stop believing in you. We've come a long way from where we've been. We've suffered some loss, but tonight it's a win. It doesn't come easy, it takes its time. In the flip of a switch, you are mine. Georgia Blue, my sweet Georgia Blue, in the middle of a night the sun shines on you. Georgia Blue, my sweet Georgia Blue. I never stop believing in you. Back roads, midnight trains, and the lights have gone out. On my mind in the pouring rain, we need a miracle now. We need a miracle now. Bring on a miracle. Bring on that miracle. Yes, we need a miracle. I never stop believing in you. Evening sky turns red to blue. The moon above is dark, the moon above is new. The earth keeps spinning, we're on our way. Georgia wakes up, we all wake up to a better day. Georgia Blue, my sweet Georgia Blue, in the middle of the night the sun shines on you. Georgia Blue, my sweet Georgia Blue. I never stop believing in you. Never stop believing. Never stop believing. Never stop believing in you.
So that saxophone, yes, Beth mentioned the sax. I knew I wanted sax on that song. Like, to me, that's like a Carole King jazz man. That was like the sax I heard the song. And David Weiss, who played the baritone sax on That Ain't Love, played sax, and we'll hear him on one other song. Yeah, I'm glad you're dancing, Kelly. Yep, I'm feeling good. And Kate from Milwaukee, so glad you made it to the diner just in time for Georgia Blue. And I'm glad that you're all getting to know each other at the diner. And again, if you have a favorite diner that you love, put that in the chat. Lots of, Allison. So Allison and Kate, we actually, can I say how we know each other? Because we've never met in person. Some of you I've never met in person, but we have a music online connection. So I don't know if you are familiar with the Stephanie Miller Show, but I listen every morning on Free Speech, or you can TV, or you can hear it online. And I'm one of the regular callers, and I'm Seth, the Homo of Hope from LA. So, and this Homo of Hope produced a whole album of songs of hope and love. And you can go to my website and www.SethEricCutler.com, and you can pre-order the album, the physical CD, the download. You can get yourself an All Night Diner mug. You can get a jingle. I'm going to talk about a jingle later. I'll show you some example. But for that person that you don't know what to get them a jingle. You give me some facts about that person, and I will write them a jingle, and I'll show you some samples at the end. So, all right. So that was Georgia Blue, and it will be Georgia Blue. I'm feeling it. We're going to move on to Silly Dreams. I wrote this song in a songwriting class with Jules Sobule, and the prompt was this. It had to be from the opposite sex. The chorus had to just be like a tagline that repeats, not a full chorus. And it had to have a 50s sound or something 50s about it. It didn't have to have a 50s sound. And there might have been one other thing, but that's all I'm remembering right now. So out of the song came Silly Dream. We're not going to do the video because it's a different version on the... Thanks, Kelly. And thank you, Kelly the Knot, who's backstage, like pulling this together for me.
Sun's up, coffee percolating. Don't wanna keep my husband waiting. He's at the office promptly at 8. Breakfast ready so he won't be late. I mop the floor, I vacuum the rug. I shop some more in this hole that I dug. Every day is like the one before. Am I wrong for wanting more? I was a young girl when I fell in love. This was the life I was dreaming of. Picture perfect in a magazine. No idea it was a silly dream. Silly dream, silly dream. No idea it was a silly dream. Every night, dinner at 6. With Tom Collins that I fix. We don't talk much about our day. Seems like we got nothing to say. Sometimes I take him by the hand. I hope to help him understand. He looks at me right in the eye. Inside I secretly wanna die. He was a young boy when he fell in love. This was the life he was dreaming of. Picture perfect in a magazine. No idea it was a silly dream. Silly dream, silly dream. No idea it was a silly dream. And when you're living for a dream to come true, make sure it's the right one for you. And if your dreams don't come your way, that could be your luckiest day. We were young when we fell in love. This was the life we were dreaming of. Picture perfect in a magazine. No idea it was a silly dream. Silly dream, silly dream.
has no idea.
So, oh, thank you, Laura. I love Georgia Blue. Oh, John Dahlman, you listen to Stephanie. So then you hear me as the Homo of Hope sometimes. And I saw Susan Fisher, who I taught with in San Diego, like last century, but we won't say how far last century. Thank you, Susan, for being here. Tony, you can have your pie a la mode or any way you want it. As long as I have dinner at 6 when Tony comes home, we're all good. All right. And so then we decided to add a little bit of a Beatles spin to that song. So that was like a last minute, like after we were listening to all the songs. That was the first song we actually recorded on the album. And then we went back after hearing it in the context of the whole album. And we thought it was just piano and the flutes and bass, live bass, David J. Carpenter, who I met through, Jill Sobule, because he plays bass for her, and we added the drums. Lee Carreri, who is my producer, engineer, musician. This guy's a magic man. He does everything, and what a visionary! And he's taken these songs and brought them to their full story, like how to tell them. So this next song was actually partially recorded in Nashville and partially recorded in L.A. It's called "Remember to Love." And I'm going to tell you the story behind it. Well, first, in a general tone, sometimes crummy things happen, and we have to remember to love, because that's what it's about. This song was inspired by something awful that happened, actually. Tony does the AIDS ride, 7-day bike ride from San Francisco to LA. He does the ride. I do the riders. And let that movie run in your head. And they were having a big training ride, and a mile before the finish line, a drunk driver ran into a cyclist and killed him. It was terrible. And it just shook our whole world. And this song came from that. And but I want to talk a little bit about the songwriting process. So I worked with, I do a lot of songwriting workshops with Dar Williams and Beth Nielsen Chapman. So Beth helped me retool the song. And actually, my first 2 lines of the song that started the whole song off, by the time Beth was done with it, no, those lines had to go. They're not even in the song anymore. I love those lines, but she was right. And so in the background, you will hear Beth Nielsen Chapman, and you will hear Kelly Lynott and Kelly Wallen in the chorus. And with my hearing, I can actually pick them out. So this is Remember to Love.
In the clear of day, it's the truth I know. In the middle of the night, I can't let you go. You're the ebbing tide, the rising sun, waxing moon when the day is done. Remember to love. Waiting for answers on a midnight train. They never come, it's the same refrain. Making sense can make you insane. An umbrella in a hurricane. Remember to love. And I'm falling, 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 tumbling down, calling. Can't you hear me calling? Falling,
a sound. Now this house is no longer a home. What can I do to feel less alone? Find some words, muster up a prayer. This broken heart in need of repair. Remember to love. 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 Remember to love.
Okay. I think the StreamYard snipped off the little bit of the beginning and the end of that. But I'm reading Allison, who is on the ground for that. And we're going to talk about that epidemic in a few songs. And I have a video about AIDS. And so that's very present. And I'm going to talk, And Tracy, welcome to the diner. Grab a booth, join in with some people who are here at the diner. Thank you, Laura. I Jill, my sister, says little guitar. Yeah, I wanted that guitar, that electric guitar, to be like the grief, just that, and the ruminating in the middle of the night. Okay, so now we're going to totally take a left turn, and thanks, Jillian. We're going to party it up here. So this song is called Party Music, Angels Dancing. And this is like my gay boy at the club song. And in the middle, there's this breakdown where I could picture all the gay boys on the dance floor, like doing this. So you can do this too, whether you're a gay boy or not. I said you could dance at this all-night diner. We had the Valentine, we had the slow dance. This is going to be the up-tempo rock out dance. So, and I'll tell you a little bit about the song. All right, I'll just tell you this. I always never know whether to say this before or after the song, so maybe we could have a vote. I mentioned the Valentine song. It used a lot of song titles from Bobby Joe Valentine's. This song uses a lot of song titles from Melissa Manchester, who just put out an amazing album called Review, where she revisited like 10 songs from her career, redid them. There's Midnight Blue, a stunning duet with Dolly Parton. So this song is an homage to Melissa Manchester, who, when I first started Home to Myself, when I was a young lad of 16 or 17, that was a life-changing song. So here we go. Party music, angels dancing.
Better days, may easy times come your way. Pick up the good stuff, be happy now. Oh heaven, how you changed me somehow. There'll always be another mountain to climb. Just you and I, we got time. Break through these midnight blues. Better rainbow, bring good news. Party music, angels dancing. I only wanna be where you are. Party music, angels dancing. I know I'll know you by your heart, by your heart. just you and I, we got time. Break through these midnight blues. Better rainbow, bring good news. Party music, angels dancing. I only wanna be where you are. Party music, angels dancing. I know I'll know you by your heart, by your heart. I got a feeling for you. You should hear it feels good. Ooh, you should hear if it feels good. Ooh, you should hear if it feels good. Ooh, you should hear. I got eyes when I look down that road. Whenever you call me friend, I'll help you carry your load. Help is on the way. I love having you around. I know your love won't let me down. Break through these midnight blues. Better rainbow, bring good news. Party music, angels dancing. I only wanna be where you are. Party music, angels dancing. I know I'll know you by your heart. Party music, angels dancing. I only wanna be where you are. Party music, angels dancing. I know I'll know you by your heart, by your heart. Party music, angels dancing. I only wanna be where you are. Party music, angels dancing. I know I'll know you by your heart. I know I'll know you by your heart, by your heart. I got a feeling for you. You should hear how she talks about you. Ooh, you should hear how she talks about you. Ooh, you should hear. Ooh, you should hear. Party music, angels dancing. Party music, angels dancing. Party music, angels dancing. That's it.
So, oh yeah, okay. So first, and I didn't say hi to Armando. Welcome to the diner. I saw you come in a while ago, and I forgot to bring you to your booth. I hope, Armando, you were dancing if you're still here. So first, that background vocalist, Nichelle Monroe, a singing machine. Lee would say, sing this, now double this, now do this as a third above, and just hits it every time. And then she also sang background on That Ain't Love and on Georgia Blue. The horns were Joey Carreri, who is Lee's son, and Joey played trumpet, and Lee arranged all the horns. And oh my goodness, I can't think of the horn that he played, but there was and there was saxophone. We had Barry alto and tenor sax on that song. That was just like a sax orgy. And like I said, Nichelle Monroe, oh my God, I'm just blown away, like watching her do what she does. Yay! So Betsy, yeah, Susan, glad you're having fun. All right. And Kelly Wallen went back to the 80s. You time traveled. Great. So Sue, yes, let's go clubbing together. Let's meet somewhere in the middle. Okay. So the next song, totally different vibe. I want to tell you what. I think there were 33 Melissa Manchester song titles, if you were counting. So this next song is called One Generation, and sometimes songs will be about more than one thing. Dar Williams always says it can be up to 5, and then you're pushing it. No, she doesn't say the pushing part. She probably just thinks it. So I had heard on the news, it was an interview with Carole King, who idol of mine, there was this concert. This was like probably 10 years ago. And kids, in order to go to the concert, instead of paying for a ticket, they had to do some social justice action. And as a way to get kids, hello, wake up. We got a crazy world. Let's do something. And she said something that really struck me. And she said something to the effect of, she's getting older and she can't always be out there anymore. So we need young people. And I'm like, oh my God, Carole King's getting older. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting older. And that just like landed. And then I started thinking about things my parents said about getting older but not feeling older. And there's some lines in the song that were specific quotes, especially one from my mom. And so anyway, I wrote this song pretty quickly. Although Beth Nielsen Chapman had me move a switch of verse, change the verse, and it made it better, the order. And so anyway, I wrote this song pretty quickly. And at the end, I was crying. Oh my God, I'm too macho to cry. And then I remembered, well, wait, I don't have kids. But while I wrote this song, I had children. But I do have a nephew who's here, and I have a niece who just had a baby. So I feel like this song goes to that. And it's called One Generation. And I wanted a string quartet. Lee found me the best, I cannot tell you. These string players, 4 of them came in, played it once. Then Lee had them play it one more time with a different setting, played it again, and they were out in less than an hour, 40 minutes. So when you hear the strings, I want you to know that was recorded in 40 minutes. And again, we have Beth Nielsen Chapman on background, and we have a choir of people from this vocal workshop I went to a few years ago with Beth. It was a different choir from the Remember to Love choir. So for all of you who have kids, feel this. Let me say this right. Chances are, if your parents didn't have kids, you won't have kids either. Let that land. Okay, One Generation.
You look at me, you see a man who is old. Inside's another story to be told. I feel young and wild. Now I've come to know it's the same thing my mom told me so long ago. Through the years we all do this dance. At different times, a different stance. We roll the dice, we take a chance. Is it luck? Is it love? Is it circumstance? One generation fades into the night. One generation cascades into the light. One generation standing at the gate. One generation with dreams that can't wait. With dreams that can't wait. When I was young, I had so much to do now. Here I am, handing off to you now. It's bittersweet, but you can't see. Just like it was with my father and me. Someday you'll be living, I hope in love. Thinking of your life and all that it was. I hope your kids go off to be brave and bold, leaving you cherished recollections to hold. One generation fades into the night. One generation cascades into the light. One generation standing at the gate. One generation with dreams that can't wait. With dreams that can't wait. I want you to know, no matter how far, no matter where you go, if this crazy world knocks you down, I hope you feel my love around. You'll travel on, there's so much to see. You'll always be a part of me, through the good and the bad that may come your way. I'm sending you love every day. One generation fades into the night. One generation cascades into the light. One generation standing at the gate. One generation with dreams that can't wait. One generation. One generation.
When those string players came in, I was like, all right, yeah. And we did the recording of the thank you, Beth, of the background vocals that was done in Nashville, and we kept the original piano that was done in Nashville. I ended up re-singing my part, and thank you, Susan, thank you, Jillian, thank you, Sue Whitfield, and Betty B, welcome to the diner. I'm good to see you at the table. Oh, thank you, Amanda. I got a little teared up on that one too. It's funny to just pull back and just be a listener, and go, oh wow. So, all right. I thought there was something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't. Oh, so I never had kids because society got together and took a vote and felt like this DNA did not need to go forward. So I complied. So, all right. So now we're going to change tones again. And the next song on the album is the rocker song, which features Kelly Lynn Knott on background vocals and Mia Morris, who I saw on America's Got Talent. Oh my God, blew my mind. Well, Kelly and Mia play backup in Beth Nielsen Chapman's band, so I wanted them both on this song because this is the third song of the album that's an homage using song titles of an artist. And I love, like, Melissa Manchester has not been here, but maybe one day she will. But I love, like, at the house concerts, I'll play the song, like, when Bobby first heard his, and when Beth first heard this song in Nashville. And I actually did some video of Beth, and I'm like, oh my God, she's getting a total kick out of this. And then, oh my God, so I got to play this song over. She wrote This Kiss, This Kiss, This Kiss. I have such a hard time, like, bringing up that song, like, singing it, because I never remember, it's centrifugal motion, it's da-da-da-da-dum. You know that song. Anyway, I always remember the Cinderella said to Snow White, how did love get so, of course. So anyway, she wrote that song with two other people, one of them Annie Roboff, and so I was at Annie's house with Beth, and I got to play this song for both Annie and Beth together. Like, wow, like, when I wrote this song, I never imagined any of that happening. So this song, the song title changed a lot. We finally landed on Loving You. Oh, and the guitar in the song is Shay Welch, who also played the guitar on Remember to Love, and all the electric guitar you've heard was Shay. So let's roll it away. Let's get ready to rock out. Perpetual Bliss. That's what we're having, Jillian. We are having Perpetual Bliss. Oh, thank you, Kelly. You're proud of this album. Yeah, I can't believe I did this. So let's... oh, Betty B. Thank you so much. That was sweet. All right, let's get ready to rock out. It's called Lovin' You.
All for the love, all I have, all the time in the world, it all comes down to love. There's a reason, there's a light in the time it takes. We'll get it right. We can dance with the past till the edge of night, or take it as it comes. seven shades of blue. This kiss, hallelujah. I can see me loving you. I can see me loving you. All for the love, all I have, all around the world. It all comes down to love. 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 Dance with me slow to the color of roses and seven shades of blue. This kiss, hallelujah. I can see me loving you. I can see me loving you. I can see me loving you as life holds on.
Damn, that song makes me wish I played guitar. Like I can play basic notes on the basic chords, but oh my god, I would love to like play guitar and perform that song live. Okay, now we're changing tones again. So Allison mentioned that her dad was a doctor who provides services for people with AIDS. So this next song, thanks Amanda, is called 1981. So as I mentioned, Tony does the AIDS. That's why he's in Solvang doing a big bike ride today. This will be his 23rd AIDS Life Cycle. It's a big fundraising event, raising money for AIDS. And so Tony does that. I say he does the ride. I do the ride. I wear different costumes. Like day one, I wear this big condom costume. And as they ride by, I say, this is where the rubber meets the road. And I've got a tip for you. Safety first. My first costume I was famous for was Viagra Man. It's a big blue pill, and it says on it, "You are my Viagra." And as the riders pedal by, I say, "You keep it up." So every day I'm out there in a different costume. Some days two costumes. I think I might need to let the dogs out. I went to a kickoff party, which usually happens about a month before the ride. And the director said, when you go home, write your story about AIDS and use it for fundraising. And I came home, started writing my story, and then I swear to God, I was transported into this room with the piano because I don't remember leaving the other room. And in 30 minutes, I had this song written. And it's pretty much a very true story of my life, coming out in 1981 under the AIDS, time of AIDS. And I realized the other night, there's only one song in this line which is not true, which is the opening line, which says, "I just turned 25, when actually, when all of this happened, it was 2 months before my 25th birthday. But every line in the song, a little poetic license. And Kate, I'm in Milwaukee, I'm glad you were dancing. But now we're going to take it down to this song. We have a video for you called 1981. And we're holding. It will be here in a second.
I just turned 25, hiding, barely alive, living a secret life inside. I thought no one knew. Then one afternoon, 1981, the 4th of June, out the door we were on our way,
You never made it, you died that day. Suddenly it came to me, you have to live what's true. Doesn't matter who you love, it only matters that you do. Don't waste another day, were the words that somehow came my way. And in my heart, I knew those words were you. On TV, the news was bad. Men were dying, no one knew what they had. More lives would end too soon, and men like me were not immune. There were blotches on my skin. I cried, is this how the end begins? All I wanted was a few more years. All I wanted was to stay right here. Suddenly it came to me, you have to live what's true. It doesn't matter who you love, it only matters that you do. Don't waste another day, were the words that somehow came my way. And in my heart, I knew those words were you. But that was a long time ago. I'm still here. It wasn't what we thought it was, but I'll never forget that fear. I have a house, a lovely home, legal husband, who would have known? 4 dogs that drive me crazy, who would have thought that this is the life I'm lucky I caught, so lucky I caught. Suddenly it came to me, you have to live what's true. Doesn't matter who you love, it only matters that you do. Don't waste another day, were the words that somehow came my way. And in my heart, I knew those words were you. You could say I'm the lucky one, others not so much. This is why I do what I do, my heart deeply touched. For those who did not make it here, we honor you with the promise to do all that we can and do for others what we could not do for you.
Yeah, that was a moment in time. Thank you, Jillian. And Allison, thank you for your comment about that. Yeah, wow. You know, there's moments and times that we go through, and then sometimes they get worse before they get better. Yeah, Kelly, true. And then if we're lucky, we move on. Things get better, and then there's other moments. And I think we always have to hold on to when we're in moments that we've had other moments, and we move forward. We find a way. We not necessarily unscathed, but we find a way to bring it forward with love and grace, and try to make things better. You know, if that's our role in the world, is just try to make things better, be of service to people whenever we can. Okay, so now we have 3 songs left. So this is the title track. It's called All Night. The album's called All Night Diner, and the song's called All Night Diner, Christmas Eve. And I want to give a nod to Laura Madricus Kinlock, who did the artwork for the album. It was stunning. Should I, people ask me, a lot of people ask me if this song was true. And maybe I'll say something after the song. So let's listen to, and the viola player on this, stunning. And once again, Lee Carriere, I'm going to say something about Lee. I didn't know his resume. I didn't know who he was when I started working with him. And I'm just saying, thank God, because if you don't think I was intimidated going into this project, feeling like Steve Weisberg, who helped put this whole thing together for me, he was like, don't worry, Seth, I'm only going to surround you with people who are going to make you feel good. And Lee did. And I'm so glad I had no idea what his resume was at the time, because I don't know that I would have come back for a second session. So thankful. I really want to take a moment to thank both Lee Carriere and Steve Weisberg. Steve sang the Beatle background on Silly Dream. Yeah, Jillian, he is. All right, so let's listen to All Night Diner. I think it's the most romantic song on the album.
All night diner, Christmas Eve. Outside this window, winter shows what she can be. The train stopped running an hour ago. This night's been silenced by ice and snow. But inside this diner, we're safe from the storm. Turkey dinners, soup so warm. Inside this diner, where we'll stay and watch Christmas Eve be Christmas Day. The waitress takes my order, she calls me hun. If not for this blizzard, her shift would be done. I don't mind, she says, I learned long ago. When God throws wrenches, she winks, go with the snow. The guy at the counter sitting next to me says, amen to that. Silently, I give him a nod, raise my coffee cup. Here's to knowing when it's time to give up. It's time. Inside this diner, we're safe from the storm. Turkey dinners, soup so warm. Inside this diner, where we'll stay and watch Christmas Eve be Christmas Day. Corner booth sits a family. Was this their Christmas plan? Did they have somewhere else to be? All settled in, busboys clear their dishes. They hold hands, make Christmas wishes. Dad says, this year's been tough, it's a fitting end. Mom laughs, if nothing else, we have learned how to bend. Those kids give that side-eyed glance to each other. A teenage thing between a sister and brother. But inside this diner, we're safe from the storm. Turkey dinners, soup so warm. Inside this diner, where we'll stay and watch Christmas Eve be Christmas Day. From the kitchen says, attention please. We're here together and it's Christmas Eve. Hey, I'm Joe. Let's learn each other's names and we stop being strangers as we all did the same. Now, every Christmas I never forget finding refuge, cold and wet and broken. What happened next? Hard to believe. There was magic in that all-night diner Christmas Eve. All-night diner Christmas Eve.
So I forgot to welcome Dave Van Voris into the diner, who is a friend of mine from Oswego in college on Lake Ontario, and has come to a number of house concerts. Thank you, Dave. Oh, and the beautiful mug, which you can get a mug if you go to my website, SethEricCutler.com. You can get a mug, and you get a digital download with the mug. Anything you buy helps get this album. Recording an album is a little pricey, more pricey than I was counting on. So the people who, I just want to thank, there's so many people here who participated in the crowdfunding and helped me, you believed in me, and thank you. And for those of you who want to believe in me some more, or those of you who like, I was going to and I didn't, you can do that on my website. And on the Indiegogo, they took a cut. On my website, it all goes to me. So if you'd like to buy something from my album, and I'm going to talk about the jingles at the very end, that would be really helpful to me. So true story or not, a lot of people think it's true, and I take that so good. This was just a story I made up, and I want to get into the songwriting. Yeah, it is a good year for good music, because I'm going to talk about that in a minute, Justice, on the next song, because there's a connection, another new music connection. So when I originally wrote this song, I thought we were going to hear the narrator's story, and that's not how the song showed up. We think we're the songwriters. We are not. We are the recipients, and we send it. And then I always felt we kind of learn about where he's at emotionally and psychically through what he notices in the diner. But I did go back and re-record the ending of the song. Two things. Like it's funny how things hit you. I was like, just one night, just sitting around, I'm like, oh my God, I need to add a word. And the line that was, now every Christmas I'll never forget finding refuge, cold and wet. What happened next? Hard to believe. And I thought, no, it has to be, now every Christmas I never forget finding refuge, cold and wet and broken. Because I just thought it just kind of paints another color on the narrator, So I guess we all get to imagine our own story. And I feel like we've all been stuck in places. That's what the song came about. Like being stuck in a place you didn't plan or want it to be. And then can you be open to finding the magic? Sometimes it's very hard, and you have to be really open to find the magic when God throws wrenches, as that waitress said. But sometimes that's what we have to do. That's our choice, and we have to be grateful. Which brings me to the next song, Grateful, which brings me to Norny Music. So I was so honored, Jillian Matunden, who just released an album yesterday, and it's an amazing album. You should go to her website and get it. For those of you that don't know Jillian, and I've met her a couple of years ago at Dar Williams Retreat, and so Jillian was in town. Oh my God, God bless Jillian. Her plane was delayed. She was supposed to get here at like 10. She got here like at 5. Like she was in the airport forever. I picked her up. We went over. She didn't eat. We went over to the studio, and we were there for hours and hours and hours. And she played violin on this song. She played this, pizzicato, I think I'm saying that right or wrong, guitar. And it's just like, I have Jillian Matunden on the album. And I've been so lucky, had so many great people on this album. And so I'm just grateful that Jillian was able to do that. So so let's listen to Grateful. And this was going to be the last song on the album, but then we have a bonus track, and I'll talk to you about that.
Thank you for all that I have, a ray of good and bad. Awake, middle of the night, silence, the dark side of light. Grateful for the wisdom and the path these feet walked on. Suitcase of decisions, the right ones and the wrong. There comes a time every year I hold myself, hold the love and the fear. I feel colors inside out. I feel certain I will always have doubt. The view from up high, valley, hill, earth and sky. Life is grand, life is small. Does my journey matter at all? Grateful for the vision in front of me. River of decisions, what has come to be. There comes a time every year I hold myself, hold the love and the fear. I feel colors inside out. I feel certain I will always have doubt. In the present, we carry the past, the light, the shadow it casts. I can belong here, windows in time. Everything's borrowed, nothing's mine. Grateful for affection that has come my way. Garden of connections, blooming bouquet. There comes a time every year I hold myself, hold the love and the fear. I feel colors inside out. I feel certain I will always have doubt.
And that was Dina Russo on background vocals, which we added at the end. And you always think, like, just the other day I was listening, I thought, on that last note, I wish I had done the final, like the hum, like it started with. But no, Seth, you're not going back in the studio to do that. But, there's a story about two kindergarten teachers, and one says to the other, gee, your kids are great artists. You must be a great art teacher. So my kids paint, it's just a big blob. And she says, no, I'm not good. It's just knowing when to take the paper away. And at some point, we just had to take the recording away and say, no matter how many new ideas you get, It's done. Yeah, she did a nice job. Thanks, Jillian. Okay, Ronnie, thank you for coming. There's one more song. Oh, so fun. I thought you said you had to run. I read that wrong. I'm good. Thank you. One more song, and then I'm gonna do a little funny thing with you. I don't know, funny, but we'll do a thing. A little also behind the scenes on that song. I did an online writing workshop with Beth Nielsen Chapman and David Wilcox, and it was around Thanksgiving, so the theme was grateful. Yeah, Rex is right in there, Tony. He's my backup singer. So what happened was I started writing the song, and it just wasn't happening, and it wasn't good. And then I was like so stressed. I'm doing this weekend thing, and I'm not coming out with a song. So in the last hour, I ditched everything, and I wrote this other song, which is not on the album, and you're not going to hear it today. I've played it live before. It kind of chronicles Tony and my relationship. It's kind of a country disco song, if that's a genre. But I did get snippets of this song, Grateful, and then I finished it at a Dar Williams retreat. And, you get prompts, and the prompt was Windows in Time, I Can Belong Here. And I was like, oh, great, these prompts, I just have these part of a verse with empty spots, and those prompts just came right in to finish that song. So that song was born in the Beth Nielsen Chapman, David Wilcox retreat, and grew up in the Dar Williams retreat. So the bonus song on the album, I call it a bonus song. I wasn't going to originally include it. It's very specific to AIDS life cycle. And now my dog Lucky is barking. And hold on, Lucky, knock it off. Grateful for water bottle. So like I said, I wear costumes on the ride. I'm going to tell you them all because they all show up in this song. It's called Road Hero, and I got to sing this at the talent show last year, and I sang it to the track. And again, the horns on this, baritone, alto, tenor, sax, that's David Weiss, Lee Carreri playing horns, trumpet, and his son Joey Carreri. Lee arranged the whole horn section. I don't know if I said this back on One Generation. Lee arranged the string section. So I mentioned Viagra Man. I mentioned the condom. I also am a pill bottle for PrEP, which is an HIV prohibitor. I'm also a blow pop. There's a theme here. And I'm a 4-leaf clover that says, come get lucky. And I'm probably missing one. I feel like I am missing one, but Viagra being... So anyway, they all show up in this song, and it's kind of a love letter to AIDS life cycle. What I should have done if I thought ahead and I didn't, I should have played the video, uploaded the video of me singing this at the talent show, but I didn't. So we'll listen to Road Hero. And to any AIDS life cycle writers out there, this is for you.
Two-wheel, 7 days down the coast. You feel every mile post. You're timid, you're bold. You got the will through hot and cold, valley and hill. You're a beautiful sight to behold. Here you come where the rubber meets the road. The rubber meets the road. Sometimes it seems like it's an uphill climb. Sometimes you think on that long road, am I losing my mind? It's a roller coaster as you go to LA from San Francisco. What can I tell you that you don't know? When you ride by me, you shine and you glow. You light up the world. You're a road hero. Every day there's a new unknown. is true. You got me so pumped up. You're the coffee in my cup. You get that you can't. Your tent mate's a hottie. You wanna get lucky, but you need a porta potty. Need a porta potty. Sometimes it seems like it's an uphill climb. Sometimes you think on that long road, am I losing my mind? It's a roller coaster through the state to LA from that Golden Gate. What can I tell you that you don't know? When you ride by me, you shine and you glow. You light up the world. You're a road hero. And you wonder how far to the next rest stop. Be you gay or straight, bottom or top. Are you a bottom or a top? Sometimes it seems like it's an uphill climb. Is that a human Viagra? Am I losing my mind? And was he the condom? It's a roller coaster through the state, embracing love and erasing hate. I think by now you already know. When you ride by me, you shine and you glow. You light up the world. You're my road hero. And you keep it up, you're so fine. We're gonna make it to that LA finish line. I can feel it in the air. We're in a love bubble here. You keep it up, you're so fine. We're gonna make it to that LA finish line. I can feel it in the air. We're in love, we're in love, we're in a love bubble here. Love.
Yeah. Oh, so the other costume is I'm a bike pump. And I tell him, and I'm pumping it. And I'm like, you got me all pumped up. Do that with what you want. Do what you want with that. Okay. So there's going to be one more thing. So thank you so much for coming to my diner and staying. And you all look so beautiful and lovely in the booth. You're always afraid, will my diner be empty? But you have made my diner full with my heart. So I mentioned earlier, thank you to so many of you who have already contributed to making this album possible. But there's some new things. And if you go to my website, you will see you can order the CD, you can order, everything comes with the digital download. You can just order the digital download. You can order the mug. I just have 4 things up there. You can order the mug. I had a different mug. I had a Road Hero mug, but I didn't do that this time. And then you can order a jingle. Now, if you have someone that you just don't know what to get them, maybe it's their birthday, whatever, well, if you order a jingle, you will, and provide me with some facts about the person, I will write them a theme song jingle. And so I have 2 snippets of 2 different jingles. One for Amanda, who's here, and one for Michelle, who is not here. Kelly, if you can play the jingle video. Hello. Hey, do you need a theme song? I think you do. Well, here's 2 snippets of some 2 different theme song jingles that I have written for people who have requested them, and that I'd give you a little taste of what your theme song might sound like.
When she takes out her ukulele, there's no doubt she's a magic lady. Calms you down when you're feeling crazy. And at Thanksgiving she is the gravy. She is the gravy. She is the gravy. Amanda, I'm a big fan of Amanda. You won't find anyone who can't stand her, and that is no Amanda. Propaganda. She knows about science and how to get things to work. Who's cool and who is a jerk. She has a smile some would call a smirk. My 1L Michelle. She can't talk now, she'll call you later. Chances are she's mining data, or at a restaurant flagging down a waiter. My 1L Michelle. If you ever need help to get something done, call Michelle. She is the clever one. The clever one.
So, you too can get a personal theme song, a personal jingle. Give me a jingle, and I'll jingle you back. Send me a private message. I love Lucky in that video. Like when the Amanda song, his ears go up. So, if for those of you who are watching or will be watching, and you're in the greater Los Angeles area, I will be doing a CD release house concert on Saturday, April 20th. I can't believe I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. So that I'm really. It's all been a stretch. So I just want to thank everybody. You have made my diner all night, all day. I've just so enjoyed having you here and getting to share the stories and reading your comments. And yes, on your birthday, Jill. I had no idea what this would be like, but I had fun. I hope you had fun too. So I'll see. The diner never closes, so you know where to find me. So stay dry, stay warm, stay safe, and I'm really looking forward to getting the music to you. Thank you, everybody, so much. And I know after this closes, I'll think, oh, I should have acknowledged somebody that I forgot. So if I forgot to acknowledge you, in my heart, I will. It will happen. So thank you. Hey, Jane Kelly, thank you for being here. All right. Thank you. You all touched my heart. And now I'm hugging Rex.